Hey there, everyone. Good morning and welcome to AskSpot Office Hours Live Help Sessions. This is where you can ask quick questions about AskSpot and get live help. We also do live builds to show you how different AskSpot tools can work in real use cases. So if you have any questions, feel free to unmute your mic or just type it in the chat. So good morning, everyone. So while we're waiting for a few more people to join us today, I would like to say I hope everyone will have a very, very happy Christmas and a happy New Year with your families. This will be our last live session for the year 2025. And I'm so excited for what's coming in 2026 actually. The bot we will be building today is related to that. We're going to be building what I call the, let me just put this right here, the 2026 Business Planning AI Assistant. Okay, so this is just a simple guided tool that will help users think through their goals for the next year across sales, marketing, and operations. And it gives them a clean, usable strategy at the end. So what's cool is how easy this is to build inside AskSpot. So we're just going to be using a smart canvas and a solid system prompt. So it's going to feel like you're delivering a strategy session at scale. So if you're working with clients, if you're someone who's working with clients who need structure, clarity, or just a head start on next year, this is something that you can certainly hand off to them or build into your own process if you want. So I'll walk you through the exact setup. And you'll see how flexible and fast it is to get something legit, useful, and up and running. We'll have it up and running in less than 20 minutes. So let's build it live right now. Let me just exit out of this view, close out of that, and let me just arrange my Zoom controls a little bit in here. So, okay, there you go. Now let me go to my AskSpot account. Hey, Eric, glad to see you back. Also, nice to see you there on chats. I also have like just a very quick update for you guys while we're here on this page. One of our devs, however, already fixed the loading. I think they fixed the loading screen issue over here. If you open up businesses, usually it takes like 3 seconds, right, to load if you remember on our last live help sessions. But right now it's super, super quick. When you're opening up businesses and loading your tools, it just instantly loads. So we fixed that loading issue with the businesses. So let's just start. Click on create. And I'll just name this the 2026. Oh, it's not typing. 2026 business planning. There you go. And create. So our tool is being created and there it is. Now let's start building it. Okay. For our sources, so I already have a source document for this exact AI setup, and I'll show you right here. So as you can see, 2026 Business Planning Assistant General Knowledge Base. So with Canvas, I think with Canvas, you're not required to add a source document, but it is helpful for the AI to have a source document. So that's why I created this comprehensive knowledge base to support the 2026 Business Planning Assistant. Okay, so let me just get the link for this, copy that, done, and go back here. And then over here under integrations is where we will add our Google Doc. So I made sure this is in public view mode first before I add the link right there, so that the AI will be able to digest its content and information. So as you can see, if you preview it from this eye icon right here, you'll see that it was able to digest this information. And let me just make sure the auto sync is on every week. That's fine. Awesome. Okay, so now that we added our source document, now let's head on over to our settings. So I'll just add a sample logo in here. We'll do a direct upload. So there you go, 2026 Business Planning Assistant. I generated this using ChatGPT. It's pretty cool. Okay, 100. Okay, I'm loving how the tool is super fast now. I think this would be super helpful for your build, especially this coming new year. I mean, there's no loading screen for us anymore. So over here on the title, I just put business planning assistant, and then button text is plan your best business year, and then the button URL. If you want, this can vary for the button URL. This can be a one-on-one strategy session, a link, or maybe a leads collection, something, a form, or if you want, we can just add the link to this canvas for now. There you go. Now, as for our custom links, I'm going to put some sample custom links in here. These are all interchangeable. You can just change the links anytime. So these are just for ideas purposes. Oh, I lost that. Okay, so let me just save changes on that. Add it again. And there you go. So for our second custom link, this can be a book at 2026 planning call. If you're working with business coaches, this is super good to have. Quarterly business goal tracker. And then let's just say free 2026 readiness quiz. Put that right there and save. Okay, there you go. As for our chat section, let's make sure to modify that also. Yep, let's enable voice chat, but remember that this is only supported by OpenAI. So if you're using OpenAI API key for everything, so this is where you toggle the voice chat on. And then as for our headline, let's just say start planning your best business year. Yeah, something like that. As for our initial message, let's just say, welcome. I'm here to guide you through your 2026 business planning, including sales, marketing, and operations. Let's get started. Okay. Then later we'll add a channel where it says start planning, something like that. So over here in customization, let me just choose one of my custom themes. Let's use this one. Save the changes for that. Oh, I'm sorry. So let me just make sure we have everything. Okay, I think this is good. Next, next, this is where it gets creative, you guys. Let's go to AI config and let's make sure to change this. Let me just enlarge this a little bit so that you guys will see the exact prompt that I'll be using. It's a bit comprehensive, but it's comprehensive because this is where we put the exact flow of questions that we want the AI to ask the user. So as you can see here, it says you are a 2026 business planning coach. Your task is to guide users through a five-step planning process without summarizing until the end. And then there's your flow. So you're going to ask, the AI is going to ask one question at a time. First, to begin, tell me about your business. What do you do? Who do you serve and where are you based? And then sales goals, marketing strategy, operations improvement, and then primary final summary and suggestions. So just a quick tip, you guys, if you want this to be, you can actually create an IntelliForm with this. Also, if you want to create like a business 2026 business planner in IntelliForm, you can do you can also incorporate this exact flow into that in IntelliForm. So basically, these are your input fields. Um, and then this will be your prompt for the IntelliForm. So it's just a lot that you can do with this and adapt into other types of bots. So as you can see over here, we're saying this is the final summary and suggestion. So after the user answers all four questions, generate a single structured strategy summary. And then I also provided it with the sample like format that I wanted to present to the user. And then this one is going to be their business snapshot, a little bit about their business, their sales strategy based on what they answered, their marketing, their operational strategy, and then some suggestions for improvement. We are asking for 2 to 3 helpful ideas or insights based on any gaps, and then actionable 2026 plan. Next, you're going to convert the strategy into a list of next steps task the user can act on immediately. So this is the exact format that it will be using. And we also added this final instruction right here. So always say professional, supportive, and structured. Do not summarize answers until all four sections are complete. So that's the exact system prompt that we will be using for this AI tool. So make sure that's saved. And then over here, I like to use the 4.0 for this. And let's just make sure this is set to precise. So I really wanted to focus and provide specific responses. And I wanted to stick closely with our prompt and also with our source document right here. Okay, so now let me just go over here to our channels and let's add a channel where it says start planning and then turn the status off because we're going to be add that to the initial welcome message. Now go to settings, go to chats, and over here is where we will add that. So as you can see, there's an option, start planning. So we're going to do that exactly. Okay, great. So now let's take a look at what we've built so far. Okay, great. So this is how it looks like. This is our header section, the chat section for the AI, the tools, we have Canvas available, and then we have the voice option, so that's good. Now let's go. It worked on my voice. So now let's start planning. Let's start testing this, okay? So like what I always say when it comes to these AI tools, it's best to always test after creating. So to begin, tell me about your business. Oh, actually, let's use the canvas mode for this. Let us just make sure that the canvas mode is enabled and then start planning. Okay, to begin, tell me about your business. What do you do? Who do you serve? And where are you based? So let's just say um, I own a farm-to-table bistro in Asheville, North Carolina. Focus on seasonal American cuisine and craft cocktails. And then the sales goals. Okay. What are your sales goals for 2026? So let's just say we're targeting 1 in annual revenue, something like that. And then what's your marketing plan for 2026? So let's just answer, we plan to run Instagram Reels weekly. Okay, and then for our last question, I think this is good. It's following our flow. It's not providing us with the output until it finished with its flow. So I think this the prompt that we use is super good for this. We're switching, and then there you go. So as you can see, it's creating the output in the canvas section itself. So that's what happens when you enable the canvas mode first over here. And as you can see, 2026 business strategy plan, business snapshot, that's good. So it followed our system prompt, the sales strategy, the marketing strategy, the operation strategy, suggestions for improvement. So it did provide at least 1 to 3 suggestions for improvement, which is good. And then we have actionable 2026 plan. We have the next steps for quarter one and quarter two, next steps for quarter three and quarter four. So I think it's good. And as you can see, it's not really complicated, but it's super effective. You just need to, have some I mean a user would just go through a few key questions and then the AI will pull it all together into this clean plan and they leave with something they can definitely take action on, with this actionable plan. And if you want, you can even add a CTA on this. So if you're planning on adding a CTA, a call to action, maybe book a session, maybe book a call with me, something like that, you can always incorporate that in the prompt or into one of the channel. So you can always customize this by niche. You can turn this into a lead magnet, or you can offer it as a tool that clients can embed on their websites or share with their audience. So that's it. That's our business planning assistant. I mean, it's for quick, right? It's for easy to build. I mean, it's a low effort way to really package the value that you can deliver with this AI. So that's it for our build for today. Now I'm opening the floor for any questions you guys may have. If you're working on something, building something, let me know in the chat section. So let me just go here. Oh, okay. So let's take a look at the comments. Dave says, Merry Christmas, Kim. Merry Christmas to you too, Dave. And there's also one from Chandrakant. I really like AskSpot so far and wanted to share a few feature enhancements that would significantly improve use cases like estimators and client-facing workflows. Okay, awesome. So Chandrakant provided us with the following suggestions. First is conditional logic in IntelliForm. Okay, yeah, yeah, I see. I've seen some suggestions with this ability to share Intel form data or outputs directly with clients via link or export. That's good. Yeah, we already have that on the other tools, but none on in the IntelliForm so far. After generating output, an option to navigate back to the IntelliForm input page for edits or revisions. For this one, I don't think this is possible because if you're using AI result as the end, at the as the end result for the IntelliForm, I don't think it will allow you to navigate back because it would have to, I think, redo the entire output. But yeah, with this you can only restart and I mean go back to the very start in the IntelliForm. If you're referring to navigating between pages to go back for edit and revisions, if you haven't like gotten the output yet, you can enable that inside an IntelliForm by going to, let me just show you on one of the IntelliForm settings right here. So over here on customization, you have the ability to allow user to navigate between pages. So with this, they can move, I mean, they can, go back to one of the pages and then edit or revise on that page. So there's also some more native integrations. That's a good suggestion. I love that. In the Flow Builder, support for multiple choice blocks, more than four options. Oh, okay. So with more than, okay, right now we're only allowing four options in the Flow Builder, but this is our really good suggestions, Chandrakran. Can you help me out and post that into our feature ideas board just so we can document all of your suggestions? So as you can see, let me just give you the link on the chat. Feature board ideas. There you go. So I just put that link in the chat. And if you be so kind to post that over here on our board so we can take a look at it. Okay. Any other questions, suggestions?
Morning, Kim. Nice build. I have a quick question.
Morning, Dawn. Yeah, sure, sure. How can I help?
The I noticed you checked the precise box, and
Mhm.
I've got some financial clients that want their info fenced off, not to be able to just go around the net, but whatever I put in there as
Mhm.
information for the searchers or the users. Um, I noticed that one guy asked, can you give me some tips for a good breakfast?"
Mhm.
And it
Right.
said, you're really only supposed to give insurance or
Yeah.
whatever the industry was, but I'll give you a couple of tips. Is there any way to fence that off so that, and I don't remember adding any websites or anything, just the PDFs that I about specific issues that people would have with that industry. Is there any other way to fence that off? You know what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
So it
We
sticks.
can fence that off by first, I mean, well, like what you mentioned earlier, I set it to precise. So basically it
Okay.
will focus and it will only provide specific responses. And on your system prompt, the best thing to do is add a guardrail. We call it a guardrail so that if the user has any questions that go off topic or go off knowledge. This is what you will answer. Something like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I cannot answer that question. I can only assist you in concerns about this topic," something like that. So it's best to always add a guardrail in your system prompt if you want to avoid that.
Very good. Okay, so just give it the instruction to
Yep,
s- and the actual words to say. That's good. Okay. Yeah, I'll
exactly.
try that. Appreciate it.
So you're welcome, Don. Let's see here. Anything else, you guys? So, like what I said earlier, this will be our last live health session for this year. I'll see you guys next year on the next live health session. So I will be out from the 24th to January. Oh, sorry, January 1st. Okay. But if you have any support questions at all, feel free to send that in to support at askspot.ai. I'll make sure to still be available for you guys on the holidays via email. Okay, so just let me know if you need anything via email. Let me just get the, oh, this is not the link. Let me just get the Canvas link for this. Duplicate link. Share, share that. Do you want to enable copy share Canvas? Yes. Copy that link and put it on the chats. This will be our duplicate link for business planning Canvas. Okay, there you go. Um, any last questions, guys, before we wrap up the call? Okay, think we're good for today. Well, I appreciate you guys joining me. And like I said, you guys have a very, very happy Christmas with your families and also have a very happy new year. Thank you guys for joining and have a great day. Bye-bye.